sore, but I tell her every day, like, I cannot believe you gave birth to a child, a week ago. You do not look like you just gave birth. Like, you look like you are the same.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but she's absolutely killing it, and can't be any more proud of her than I am.
How are the nerves, man? Nerves good?
Nerves, I mean, it's different kind of nerves now.
Yeah.
You take it one feeding. I feel like my day is broken up into 3-hour blocks at this point. Because we feed him every 3 hours, and then once he gets fed, it's like we feed him, and it takes probably about 30 to 45 minutes, and then once that happens, you got a little bit of time to figure out, hey, am I going to do some stuff? Am I going to try to catch up on some sleep? Am I going to, whatever the heck it is, I'm going to try to do. But then you only have, by that time, you have like an hour and a half, because then you get a dirty diaper, and then it starts all over, and then he's awake and he's crying his head off, and then before you know it, it's about 30 minutes before it's time to eat. So you're just trying to, calm him down and get him ready to eat again, and then it starts all over. It's crazy.
Man, I can't imagine, bro. I can't imagine.
Hey man, you're welcome to come and hang out with us for a couple days. I'll show you what it's like. We'll take the help. We'll leave you in charge for a night.
I don't think you want me to, man. You remember what happened to Atticus?
Oh yeah, he got lost for 3 days. That's right.
Ted comes back a man.
Yeah, Ted's coming back a man.
Hey, maybe I'll be doing you a favor at that point.
Hey man, as long as I get more than 2 hours of sleep, you're doing me a favor. So as long as the kid's alive, then we're good.
I got you. Wanted to ask you guys, like, did you guys want this to be just like a check-in session? I've already had one previously, like instead of our normal 34 questions, or we could sprinkle some in there, but it's up to you guys since you're both on.
What's been working for you? Like,
I mean, well, me and the other dude that came on, we just basically were bullshitting, just talking to shit. So, but I think we can do the same thing and make it entertaining.
I listened to the one with Kyle the other day. That was a good one.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you guys that, like, since you guys listen to every episode.
Every episode. I can't wait for them to drop, man.
Yeah, any highlights any episodes that you guys did like, or thought could be better? What could be better?
Obviously the pilot. I love the pilot episode. You had some really intriguing guests on that one. I love how you've started incorporating the music throughout. It makes it a good vibe. You keep it flowing pretty well. Maybe a little bit more backstory on the people. I think that could help with some context, where you were and how they entered your life, where they were at, and you kind of touch on it, but just kind of understanding who you're talking to, like obviously you're talking to like a college friend, Jan, but like what type of impact they had on your life and each other's lives. But I mean that's hard to do in like a brief, that's your first 10 minutes, like first 5 minutes, but that's tough to do.
Like an intro to your intro.
Yeah, it's an intro to your intro, basically. I think you need to work on. I think that's a good point right there. Work on your intros to the podcast. Like you need like a hello, how you doing, everybody? This is Jan, and I got a special guest today. Is so and so with us today, and then go into I met so and so at this point in my life. spent a lot of years together. It's been a little bit of time since we've connected, but I'm glad that they're coming on the podcast to catch up, ask some questions, learn a little bit more about themselves, and do some deep thinking with us here on the podcast. Something like that. I don't know. Like
I will try to find a way to do that, and I think there is a way. Okay.
Yeah, because you go into it. There's some times where like you just go straight into it, and I'm like, who the hell am I even listening to right now?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to keep it like I was trying to keep it so surface level, because like the more you know a person, the more judgment you may have of them before you actually like hear the conversation.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like the only, is like, do I want to put people's occupation or all that stuff? Yeah.
I don't think you need to do occupation or anything. I think it's just how you know them, and when was the last time you had a conversation with them, like a true conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be a turnoff if I was like, I mean, sometimes I don't know the person at all. Like, people come on and I've never met them before, which is like a crazy experience for me. And I'm just like, yo, we're total strangers. And,
And I'm asking you these questions.
Well, I guess the question for you then is, how do they come on your show? How are they recommended?
It's me reaching out, to be honest. Like everybody that comes on, I've kind of like asked to come on, and especially in May, I found this podcasting network like online where like social media for podcasters, and so I sent an invite to 100 people. 25 people got back to me. So these people are going to be people who actually want to talk, and they've been doing this hopefully for a little bit, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, that's going to be something new.
So I mean, in that case, I think that's a great way of introing, like, just saying, hey, I actually don't know this person on a personal level, but we connected and wanted to have a good conversation. And I thought this person would be a great person to have a conversation with and do some deep thinking with. So I've never talked to this person, like, and then have that introduction, have that setting of that the listeners going on that journey with you of, this is the first time you guys are talking, versus the journey of old friends catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the tone, yeah, there's a different.
Yeah, it's the tone of the conversation.
Yep.
Okay. No doubt that sounds like a good idea. I just gotta, like, part of me wants to make it where I just do one thing and it's set. Like, I record an intro for those 25 people from that site, and I'm just like, okay, this next guest is going to be somebody that I actually just met and have no idea what they're like. So here's the one of 25 people from the website or whatever. And I put that little clip in the beginning of every episode of that person that comes on. Is that like being too lazy?
No, I think that introduction clip is something that happens before the show. Like, you record that on your own before the show even starts. So it's like a pre-introduction, and then you like roll into it. So like you almost need like a theme music, like a theme song, where it's like, hey y'all, thanks for joining us today on 34 Questions. I have a really special guest today. I have two very special guests today. I have Jan and Luis joining me. These guys are guys from my college years. They've actually both. I have a recurring guest, two recurring guests on the show today. Jan and Luis, college days. We started hooping together back at CSULB. We've had some individual. They've been on some individual shows, but it's good to join them. Good for them to join back up with us. Some new exciting news to share, but can't wait for you guys to listen in and go on this journey. Some great, maybe add in some like highlights, like add some like teasers, I don't know, whatever the hell teasers you want in there, and then it's like, yeah, let's roll it, and then go into like an intro song, and then it's the conversation with you and the person.
Gotcha. a lot
You
more
break it, you could break it
value.
into like segments.
Yeah, and then there's your
Yeah.
segment, and then that's a 30-second intro segment, intro song for 10 seconds, whatever intro song you want, and then it's your conversation. So it's like it sets it up. It's the introduction, boom. It's like the pre-introduction song, and then you get into it. Yeah.
Yep.
I got you. It's that makes it like a legit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. I mean, you are a legit show. Like, what don't you have that other people have?
No, I mean, like it makes me just more think it gets to that next level. That's like a next level step, you know, is to
Okay.
have an intro where it's all, where it's like it's set, and then there's like a certain formula to it that's always like say who it is, highlights, and then have the intro song, and then jump into the conversation.
The thing about that too is it's a lot more production work on your end. It's not like oh, okay, I'm gonna have a conversation, throw it on. It's like, nah, you gotta record some shit, do some editing, and put it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get better at that for sure. Yeah, we'll see, man. I'm gonna re-listen to this podcast and be like, all right, these are the ideas that I need to kind of push forward with too. But for sure, how you guys have any like, you know, other than the people that you know, are there any guests that like stuck out to you and were like, oh, this one's a good episode?
That one with the group, the one that I mentioned, the guys from Portland, or the guy and the girl.
Arizona.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah.
Arizona. There you go. I like the
Balasang.
kinds of people you're interviewing. Like, they just feel like not regular people, but people pursuing dreams. So, you know, that's nice to see other people pursuing stuff that they're passionate about. And especially like right now, I feel like that's like something that not a lot of people get to see a lot. Like all the stuff we hear on the news is like negative shit. But then like we go on programs like yours, and it's more of, you know, you're actually seeing somebody pursuing their dreams in like the toughest time that they could be pursuing their dream.
I see what you mean.
I got to admit, like right now is probably a tough time for like everybody. And I mean, it's getting better, but I mean, for you, like this is great. This is perfect timing, right? Like this is times when people want to get interviewed. People like want to get like their voice out there. This is perfect.
Yeah. I guess it is good timing on my part, because more people are more comfortable doing something through a video chat than ever nowadays.
Hey, are we recording right now?
Oh yeah, we've been recording, bro.
Oh man! All right. Well, I just wanted to make a quick intro right here.
Okay.
Of, Prince of Long Beach right now.
Oh,
Long Beach.
what's up, Teddy?
He is milk drunk right now.
Oh he is.
He's-
I see him.
He is like out of it. Oh, what's up, bud?
He looks like you at that party when you passed.
And this is what Jan always used to look like when he was at any of our parties, or Luis or anything. This is how I'd have to carry him home. Like, oh, come on, dude, let's go, just like this. He just said his Jan's face was always like, give me more, give me more. Want some DUI fries, all of that.
Oh
All
man.
right, buddy. All right, you're going back to mom. There you go.
I think I heard him say his first word, man, on the podcast.
We gotta record it on the podcast.
I think I heard it. I think he already did. But nah, man, I remember Jim's Burgers, man. Shit, it's that place.
Yeah, Jim's.
Every Sunday,
Exactly.
man.
Like I said, DUI fries. There was another one that they had, like, shit. It was not the DUI fries. It was like the 562 fries. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Jim's
But-
Burgers number 3, right? Number 3, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what number it was.
Well, I think it was Jim's Burgers number 3 on 7th Street. Yeah.
7th and Euclid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You gotta come, dude. Do you remember Big Mike's?
Yeah. What happened with Big Mike's? They still around?
They closed down, but that's just that was like a huge burger challenge, and
Yeah.
like they had this like gigantic burger, and I remember we walked in, and if you eat it, you get it for free, or you get your next one free. and Jan went in, and they think the record was like 13 minutes, but they're like, you ain't gonna do it. You're not gonna get close. You're not gonna eat the whole thing. Jan got 16 minutes, I think. It was crazy.
Man. I totally fucking forgot about that story. I'm like, I was thinking about like, damn, there was a food challenge. I didn't even get my next burger free, but
Next burger for free, yeah. But
damn.
Adam did it too, but he didn't finish. Actually, I don't know. He was struggling. It took him like 30 minutes to eat it. But Jan was just like, do you think you smoked a bunch and then just went in and ham? Unfortunate. Yeah, you call this a burger? Yeah. Because I remember you talking about like Fuddruckers and telling me how like you used to do Fuddruckers. You know, my best memory, well, not my best, like one of my memories of Jan is telling me your McDonald's order. Do you remember what was your McDonald's order?
As a kid, dude? As a kid, it was like 40-piece chicken nuggets, 2 supersized fries, a drink, and 2 apple pies for sure. That would be like the normal, and maybe fish fillet.
On a Friday.
you know, just, gotta be healthy somehow.
Be healthy there. There you go.
Yeah, the Diet Coke.
Love it.
But yeah.
And a Diet Coke.
It's like, oh, you ordering for 2 people? Like, nah, it's for me.
Sorta.
I never had to feel that shame, man. My uncle used to order it for us, so it was never like, I never felt like disgusted at myself. It was like, oh, it's there. I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, good times, man. Good times.
Good times. Like, it's funny because all 3 of us. I've lived with both of you guys for a good amount of time. And Luis's is carne asada fries.
Oh, dude, all the time.
All the time. Love
I had
it.
some today before I went to your place.
Dude, wait, from where?
The spot on Coronado and 4th.
Oh, Taqueria Mexicana.
Yeah, number 2. That's
Gotta get the numbers right.
Yeah, those are good spots.
There's this place in San Pedro I've been wanting to go to. It's called the Chori Man. He specializes in chorizo, so good chorizo burritos that I've been wanting to hit up. I just got to do it. Just gotta.
You told me I would have brought it over today.
They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah. What's it called? And I got lost in thought, of course. But how about you, Jack? Any memorable people that you saw on the show?
Obviously the ones that stick out are the ones I know, like Zach. That was a highlight, a blast from the past for me. Loved hearing Zach on it. I don't have any of his contact information, but
I'll send you the text. Yeah.
I mean, if he listens to this, I hope or I hope Zach knows I say what's up, man, and hit me up anytime. I'd love to reconnect with him. You had a couple friends, I think they were from ISS on there. It was a group. Was it? Maybe.
You talking about Hemorrhage, the singer from Hemorrhage, or not?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think when did you do that episode?
I think I released that maybe last week or the week before. Pretty recent.
If this was a while ago, then.
Damn.
I gotta think of it, but it's awesome. It's awesome listening to your episodes over time as they've evolved, getting better and better, more precise. You're able to control the conversation and really direct people into their inner thoughts and
for sure
make them think. Yeah. I love it.
Right on, man. Right on. I mentioned this on one episode, and I just want to know what you guys' thoughts on it is. But basically, sometimes I feel guilty to have, like, especially strangers and people I never had a connection with come on and make that connection in such a short time. like, oh, they're telling me some vulnerable stuff, and I'm like, so we have that good conversation, and at the end it's basically like, well, thanks for opening up, I'll catch you when I catch you, like, kind of thing. And
I'll never see you again, maybe.
I mean, I would stay in touch, you know how to reach me, but after like them opening up about some real stuff, I'm like, oh shit, like sometimes it catches me off guard. I don't know if you guys seen episodes where I'm just like, oh man. Like one guest, I won't say which, so you're gonna have to watch it, but the story was like he got a call over the summer that his sister's like roommate passed or like committed suicide in the dorm room or whatever, and I'm just like, holy shit, like I was not expecting someone to talk about that. But yeah, so crazy things, and I'm just like, I feel bad at the end. I'm just like, yo, thank you, and I will like keep in touch. But you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting used to that because I haven't been doing that. You know.
That's what happens when you become a podcast host, Jan. You just got people opening up to you. People want, you know, what I've realized you doing this, people want to talk. People want to tell their story. They want it to be out there. They want to share it with somebody, and you know, somebody who's going to listen and just, you know, help guide them through it. And that's what you're doing, man. It's really a powerful thing that you're doing. What really got me was the one with, I think it was with Kyle, that you were talking about, you know, doing this as almost like a nonprofit work. Maybe not even nonprofit work, but just as like going to home, like retirement homes and centers, and just having this kind of conversation with elderly people, telling their stories, and they can have their ancestors listen to it. I mean, that's actually pretty powerful right there. Like, hey, you know, tell me what was some of the hardest moments of your life? What's kind of some of the things that you can give to younger generations, you know, your ancestors, you know, the people that are following in your footsteps, you know, those are the kind of things. I think that's pretty powerful stuff right there, and being able to be the guide through it, and the way that you're presenting this to your guests is very welcoming, and I think that's why people are so open with you and so willing to be open with you. And it's like, all right, one, I want to tell my story, but I want to tell it with somebody who I know is going to be respectful of it, and that's all you've done is be respectful of it.
Word, man. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it that way, but yeah, that's definitely one of my bigger goals. Like, I had to do a 1-3-5 plan for this, and I don't know how fast it would be for me to get into just get in touch with older folks that I know whose story they have less chances of sharing their story as they get older. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Like, I don't know how many episodes or how I gotta present it to just shoot emails to all these senior homes and just say, hey, I want to do this thing with any of your clients, and you know, it's as easy as them putting their phone like that, you know, just pressing record for them or calling them.
Yeah, you started with your friends' grandparents. Started with Luis's mom and dad.
Right, you guys are right here, so
you gotta learn Spanish for that one, but I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Started like my dad would be. I don't know how my dad would do. My dad would be a very interesting person to talk to. My dad's got a lot of different life experience. Like my grandma, like she'd love to do it. I call my grandma because I know she just loves to talk. She loves to talk to somebody. She needs to talk to somebody. She's so cooped up at home because of this whole pandemic thing. She's just like, talk to me just on a daily basis or something. So being able to do that, have an insightful conversation with somebody, and she knows who you are. So that'd be great. I'll get that set up for you, Jan. How's that?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, that's not something I felt comfortable, I guess, in the beginning to kind of push. And you know, you guys didn't know what this was gonna look like before all these episodes came out. So yeah, if anybody from your families, I would love to do that. That's what drives this. Like, I know I don't get the numbers yet, but like what keeps me going is because I'm thinking to myself, like, this is my community service. This is me, like, you know, giving gifts to people, you know. So yeah, tell your families, man. You know, Jack, I know your family. Louise, I know your brother.
Dude, my brother would probably love to be on this.
Yeah. I mean, he has a
I'll ask
child,
him.
like, you know, especially for people, like, there's a lot of reasons why I think people should be open to it. But I also know everyone has their own comfortability level. But yeah, whenever, and they, you know, big thing is that you could tell them it doesn't have to be on YouTube or, you know, on the show. It could just be something that they keep for their family, you know. That's something I want everybody out there. That's something I want to get across, because I feel like people just want me to, like, you know, have them on for whatever. But nah, I mean, like, I'd rather just have it for something for you, like. But yeah, so
that's a great point, and that's kind of what it goes back to, that point that I had earlier of going into homes and making it almost like a nonprofit is like the Tell Your Story nonprofit, of being able to share with your family your experience, your thoughts, and doing it with a neutral party, somebody who's going to guide them through a conversation and not have to be so, you know, not necessarily closed off, but so worried about offending somebody in their family, and being able to say, you know, being made
A neutral party.
a neutral party. Exactly.
for sure.
So I think that's a very, very powerful thing to be able to do.
I'll be working on it, man. Hopefully it takes me places.
Got it, man.
Yeah,
You got it.
How about you, Louise? Any feedback from you, or any thoughts on you know?
I mean, I like the way when the things I've noticed is like when you're at the end of a question and you start to notice that the interviewer is like losing their own motion. Like you're like, all right, cool, next question. Like, I like that there's a scheme. Like you know when to ask, because like people are just like yeah, like they're starting to run out of things to say, and then you're like, all right, cool. Like I got 34 more questions. You know, like 33, how many questions you got. Like you got it, like Jack was talking about. You got it down, like the actual rhythm of your segments. Like now it's just, I feel like maybe now it's just improving the segments themselves.
Yeah.
Like seeing how they could improve on their own.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe have like lighthearted questions to begin, maybe like deeper stuff towards the end, you know, so they could sort of end on that, and then maybe like, you know, they could get into the things that they want to get into at a certain point. Like you bring it up little by little, and then, you know, give them something that like they're on, like something they really like want to talk about. Like maybe, like, you know, that whatever they're pursuing, like the DJs that you've interviewed, or the, you know, the musicians that you've interviewed, or the artists you've interviewed, like different people that are doing different things. They talk about what they want to talk about, like what Jack was saying. Like they want to talk, so, you know, bring up the lighthearted stuff, which is great. Then bring up, like, you know, a little bit deeper, and then once the deep stuff's in there, you know, once they're in that mood, you know, like I haven't seen that episode, the suicide ones. Like that would trip me out too.
Yeah, man.
I think Luis brings up a great point there. Like people, like maybe preparing with your guests, like what are the questions they want to be asked? Like give them like 2 or 3 questions that they want to talk about, that they want to be asked, and get that going at the beginning. Like I said, it's like, you know, you want to promote yourself. Like you want to go on, you want to talk about, you know, some things, and there's some questions that they really hope that they get, but maybe they don't get it. You know, that's kind of a bummer on the guest side. So, like,
I got you.
Yeah, that's gonna be some prep work. Like, so give them like 2 or 3 questions. Like, hey, I'm gonna ask you these questions, or what are the questions you want me to ask you? That way you can get some things off your chest. You can share with your ancestors, or share with your family, or whatever that is. And then we're going to progress into the
more deeper questions, or the rhythm of it, of me now asking you some other questions, because I'll say I was bummed that I didn't get some of the questions. I was searching for some questions, hoping that there was be something on there, but it's all a random game of, am I gonna get it or am I not? And so.
All right. Well, one, you make a really good point. I think that would be beneficial to do. I am in the process. Probably tonight, I'm probably going to be like going over the questions and seeing how I can organize them better. But two, do you still remember the question that you didn't get answered? That's cool. If not, just one.
No, one was, I think it was like, do I feel like an adult? I think that was one.
Okay.
And that's that's I think I don't know exactly what it was faced. It's just because I'm just going through a weird transition in my life right now. That's like, I do at the same time I don't, because obviously I got, as you guys saw, I got Teddy here and trying to take care of him and doing those things, and as long as he's happy and fed and has a smile on his face, then I'm doing something right. But do I feel like an adult? There's sometimes I don't, like
right now, probably don't feel too like talking to us.
No, not even that, but I don't know. I was changing his diaper earlier today, got shit on my hands. I was like laughing it up and oh my god, this is hilarious. I don't know. Is that an adult thing to be thinking? And
yeah.
Well, the question is what is an adult? How do you know you're an adult? There's times when I'm talking to people about boring shit and about IRAs, 401ks, and real estate and all that bullshit. And then there's times when we're talking about the good old days DUI fries and 562 fries and shit like that, where it's like, all right, I don't know. There's days that I do, days that I don't.
Maybe that just means you're young at heart. You feel young eternally. You don't need to feel old. You need to feel like an adult.
I think that's a struggle too. Is trying to do both things. It's we're obviously responsibilities now. The week has absolutely changed. Luis and I are in a golf group. We go golfing probably once a week.
Man.
What? Oh, hold on. You go golf. I just go and hit a ball as far as I can. What I do is probably not considered golf.
It's the what's it called? The Happy Gilmore.
Exactly. I went in boots a few weeks ago.
Dude, you fucking killed it, dude.
I had a good round.
For sure.
But we'll go golfing, and I don't know. That seems like an adult thing, but then we go golfing and we're drinking and we go out afterwards and we do, the adult thing is golfing, but how we act on the golf course, we're not assholes or anything, but we're just having a good time. That's something else. But then even now it's I would love to go golfing, but I got other responsibilities. I can't. So I'm being pulled in different directions. I'm being pulled in different directions. It's
it'll come. I'm pretty sure it'll come.
Was that on purpose, Luis? But yeah. But I mean, you're right. You're definitely in that weird spot in your life. The transitional phase. Once you get your legs under you, I think you'll find your strides. But yeah, I mean, I think having a kid is one transition, but you'll have more as you go along. It won't be the last one. So
yeah.
I mean, go ahead, Luis.
It's like that there's a commercial for I think it's Charmin or whatever. And it's a mom, and it's her video is the first kid, and then like she's like packing like 3 bags like just to go to like the store and like grab something. And then like by the third kid, it's just like she just grabs one like simple bag and like throws in like 3 things. Like that's all she needs, you know. You're gonna get to that pro status in like a few months, you know. You're gonna be like, oh no, I don't need all that stuff. I just need like, you know, wipies.
I mean, I was so surprised they let us leave the hospital with the kid. I'm like, are you sure you're gonna let us leave with this thing? Like, we have to take care of it. Oh my god, I'm not an adult. I don't do this stuff. But you know, learning on the fly.
What's like the number one advice everyone's given you?
Number one advice that everyone's given me.
Kind of like a common theme.
No sleep. I would say it's not an advice, but it's more like, oh, you're not gonna sleep. Like I thought that was like, oh, people were over exaggerating that. Oh, like say goodbye to sleep, haha. Like you're never gonna sleep again, haha. I was like, yeah, right, whatever. No, dude, it's totally true. We're up. Like last night, we fed him at midnight, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. I fed him a lot. Like usually he goes into milk coma. Like when I brought him over, he usually goes into like a little milk coma, and bring him over, and he's out for at least like an hour and a half. But I fed him a lot, and he just was up till probably about 1:30, and then by that time we put him down, he's asleep. He only got an hour and a half, and then he back up at 3 o'clock again, do the same thing. And so and that was a good night last night to be able to do that.
That was a good one.
The night before it was like I was up literally from, I tried to do the same thing, midnight comes, all right, feed him a lot, all right, go to bed. Then I was up until at least 3:30. Then Kate took over, and then I woke back up at 6, and stuff. Yeah, so you really don't get much sleep, but at the same time enjoy it. I think that's one of the things that I'm trying to do is really enjoy it. He's so tiny. Luis saw him today.
I didn't want to hold him because he was so tiny.
He's so tiny right now. It's crazy.
Like it's the baby's always sparkling, right? Like in your eyes. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, like
I'd say not at 1 a.m. and he's crying and you're trying to go and say, what are you doing? Just go to sleep right now. But
here's a question for both of you guys, kind of related to this, but would you say you're more nature versus nurture, or nurture versus nature as far as your personalities and traits go? Like, are you who you are because of your folks, or are you who you are because of, you know, just a society we lived in? Generation.
I think it's both. Like it's a little bit of both on that one.
What percentage would you say? Like if you're, I feel you. It's both, but
I don't know about the percentage. But like the only way I could explain it is like you know, there's a person that when I was a kid there was a personality I had when I was home, because my parents only speak Spanish, and at school I'm speaking English. So I feel like I was learning American culture outside of home, and then when I was back home I was learning Mexican culture. So like, I mean, if I was just gonna split it up, I guess it would be 50-50, you know, like Mexican culture and American culture. But since I was living in America, the dominant culture was America. So, you know, I sort of had to learn how to like wear a mask, like in certain spots, you know, just like, you know, at school I had to be like the well-behaved, you know, little good boy. And then at home, I you know, be myself. I could be more of who I was. But percentage-wise, I guess I'd say like 50-50, if that was going to be a thing.
For sure.
It's crazy, Luis, to think about for you. You really are like 50-50. Like, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time over at your parents' place with you or anything, but every time you talk about your parents, it's a different type of, it's different the way you talk about your parents, and it's different the way you talk about being home. And your family is so awesome and amazing. And I remember you invited us over one year for your birthday,
Not your 22nd birthday.
Yeah.
But or 22nd or 23rd birthday, whatever one it was. But it was another birthday after that. But your parents are just so you're so welcoming and so loving, and I see that in you. But then I see the cultural impact, like loving the Lakers, loving LA, repping LA. Exactly. Everything that you do it's really 50-50. So it's that good blend, and that just makes you a great human being, overall. Like one of the and I think that's why same thing with you, Jan. It's like you two. There's a reason why the three, at least I try to stay friends with the two of you guys for as long as I do, because you guys are just good human beings at the core, at the very core of it. It's just this guy, no matter how long it's been since I talked to you guys, or whatever it is, I can call on Luis, or I can call on Jan, and they got me. They got me. So I going back to the question, Luis, I definitely see that 50-50 split for you. I totally see what you mean.
Yo, Jack, I'm gonna have to call you to take the stand and to testify for me, man.
Any day, man.
Like, I know. It's like I did it, but tell them I didn't. You just say the same thing you said on the podcast. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate it. How about for you though, Jack? Like,
I would say what you said, nurture first. I would say more nurture versus nature on my end. Because especially the way that Kate's pointed it out to me, how I am. Like, I see it in the way I act. From, like, she said, "Oh, you act just like your mom." I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I don't get it. But I see it. I see it. And the way I think about family. But then there's some outside influences. Growing up in San Diego and Palm Springs, and just a group of friends that I would hang around with just because of my environment. I would have to say like 75% nurture, 25% nature.
for sure.
Yeah, because family was such a big thing for my family. Just being family first. Always making sure we're taking care of each other, no matter what, and being there for each other. And it's kind of coming over now, especially with us having a baby. My parents were here this weekend, and the only thing that they expected us to do was get some rest and get some sleep while they took care of the baby. So that's
Nice. Yeah.
and yeah, that was a huge help for us. But that's the kind of things that I was raised with, and
Yeah.
it's like so helpful.
Takes a village.
It does.
Yeah.
What about you, Jan? Now I'm curious to hear your answer.
Oh, nature versus nurture. Man. I mean, I think I'd probably have to just say 50-50 as well, going with the cop-out answer, but honestly, that's how I feel. I see a lot of myself in, like, just the environment I kind of grew up in, and but I also, as I get older, see how I'm just like my folks in a lot of ways. And yeah, like, I mean, you guys, I don't know if you guys like felt like the only child or had those experiences, but I mean, because it was just me and my folks, I really feel I see a lot of my mom and my dad in me, and it's not just like one parent or the other. So I mean, I try to, I think that's who I am. Is I don't think anyone's ever been like, oh, you're just like your dad or you're just like your mom to me, though. I don't think anyone's ever said that yet. But yeah, I don't know. From you, you guys only met my folks a handful of times, but you can tell like my dad's the louder one, my mom's more the quiet one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a both. I think, I mean, you guys both have seen more of the inside, like inside the house me more than the outside of the house. But yeah, I think now I'm swinging way towards the other end. So it's just a difference. But the nurture part, you already know. You know, I grew up in the Bay Area, so pretty liberal. And you know, I was always told that, you know, I could make it and I could be the greatest if I tried really hard.
You can. Don't ever
well,
let anybody make you think different.
yeah, we're in California, that's why. you guys did it too down there.
We got it. We got this.
But nah, I mean, like the Bay Area, I think growing up too kind of made me think like, actually we're pretty weird out here and the rest of the country isn't like this. So that I do appreciate that about you know, the people that I grew up with and people from the area. It's just like, yeah, there's something different about us, but not everybody likes it either. So that's how it is. And yeah, I don't know how people perceive me, but I'm going 50-50 for myself. Yeah.
I totally see the 50-50, especially meeting you. And you know, initially meeting you, repping so hard Niners. I was like, I mean, when I mentioned the Warriors were absolute garbage. Like, who the hell likes the Warriors? Some guy has to really be, you know, repping his city and being in the culture of Bay Area. And it's like, oh man, I guess this guy's NorCal all the way. So
as long as he's not an asshole, whatever.
luckily we got lucky here.
Yeah, we all got lucky, man, for sure. Well, just to let you guys know, there's about 10-15 minutes left in the podcast. Any other, I mean, throw me another question, man. I never get to do this, so go ahead. Like, you could reverse a question on me, or you could choose to, you know, take one from yourself. If not, I got a question for you.
I guess I'll throw a question both of you guys' way. Who would you say then, you know, you are more like, your mom or your dad? If you had to choose.
Fuck. There's a lot of stuff that my dad showed me that I do that I hadn't really noticed until other people told me. That, like, me and my dad do a lot of the same things. And it's just this. Whenever we talk, like, we touch our face a lot. Like, me and my dad, we both do the same thing. Me and my dad, we both eat the same. Like, it's almost like a competition. Like, me and my dad eat very fast. And people tell us that, like, you know, you guys eat like, you know, little monsters, you know, just like going for your food. But at the same time, I'm I'm argumentative a lot. And I get that from my mom. I know that for sure. She's stubborn as hell, and I think I'm just as stubborn as she is. Maybe more. And I just said this to my neighbor the other day because my neighbor was having a yard sale, and I took my niece over, and she's asking me like, "Oh, like how's your niece doing?" And I told her, like, you know what? I think she's more stubborn than me and my mom put together. Like she's gonna have a tough time. Or maybe not. Maybe she's gonna be like a little queen pin, you know? I don't know, man. Like speaking of like children, like we were talking about earlier, like I'm looking forward to the future, you know, because of my niece. Like I can't wait to see like what she's gonna develop into. I feel like a lot of the same way, like, probably the same way Jack is feeling right now. Like you can't wait to see what little Ted is gonna develop into. Like, is he gonna be a hockey star, baseball star? Is he gonna be a nerd? Like what's he gonna be like? Like I think that's exciting to like see, especially just, I mean, right now, like it is great.
Oh man, yeah. I think that's that's a blessing I think educators get to see sometimes, is that they get to see a kid go from freshman year to senior year, and you're like, oh shit, you know, like I remember what you were like when you first came through. But yeah.
You were a square, bro.
I know you a hot shot, but yeah.
Is that your high school journey, Luis?
Yeah, I was a square throughout high school. I didn't get cool until I went to college.
No, I feel you, man.
Like no joke, that's how I feel like Jan. Like I met Jan when he just got cool. Like he'd been going to Frogs Fitness. He was like
Frogs. What the?
Yeah, Frogs. Shout out Frogs Fitness, bro.
Living in the house with Sam and Kyle, man. It's
Sam. God, Sam, where you at, bro? Where are you?
Yeah, hit him on the podcast,
dude. Kyle would be him or Louis, man. Yeah, shout out to Louis too. Definitely enhanced my college experience. My first year.
So
yeah.
Jan, mom or dad, who are you more like?
I think my dad for sure. If I was gonna say like 75-25, be my dad and then my mom. I mean, I think there's just like, you know, even just biological differences in the chemistry in our bodies that make us, you know, one way or the other. And for me, I think it's more of my pops for sure. We had similar struggles. We've had similar gifts, you know. But I think, and then with my mom, I think the way she cares for people is definitely instilled with me. So if I took those two things from my dad and that one thing from my mom, then that would kind of be the stuff that's fueling my passion, my dreams, and, you know, the way I approach the world is from how they saw the world. Yeah. And, you know, I would say more my dad. I was gonna keep ranting on, and I was like, wait, the question was this. So, but yeah, that's what I would say, man. Sure. And I tell my dad all the time, you know, because I think for my pops, I don't know about your fathers and their relationship with their fathers, but my dad never met his, and I think him trying to raise me, not having one, and only seeing like the examples on the media, or, you know, what he's told to do is right. Like I appreciate the fact that he did his best, and, you know, I try to tell him that all the time, because I think for me, I don't talk about my emotions as much as I should, and I think my pops is the same way. Maybe he doesn't always think of it or say it, but I know he questions himself, you know, sometimes. Yeah, I know he listens to these things, so I want him to hear this. hear me say this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He listens to every episode, man, so it's crazy.
There you go, Mr. Ramirez. Jan's preaching right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna like break down the door right now and just like give you a hug. It's like, boom.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I also like know the differences between me and my folks, and what our relationship is built on. You know, I try not to force things too much, and I know what we bond over. And that's what I kind of hold on to with them, sure, because that's the way I was raised, and I felt the pressure, especially moving back to, like, you know, be more involved in their lives, right? But for me, it's like, you know, just being around meant I was more involved already, and you know, I didn't take as much opportunity as I should have. But I think I'm getting to that point where it's changed, that those thoughts are changing in my mind, and I want to do more for them. But yeah. You had me open up, bro. Now everybody knows my inner thoughts and shit. Like I'm asking people to talk about.
It's out there now.
We need to do a 34 questions for Jan. That's what needs to happen.
Interview the interviewer.
Well,
Yeah.
we're calling it 34 answers, by the way.
Oh. Wow, you've been
I
waiting
thought
for
about
somebody
it.
you've been waiting for somebody to do that one, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean, if anyone was gonna take away 34 questions from me, like let's say it was Spotify or YouTube or some shit, it's like, oh, you didn't read the terms and conditions. This is our show. Like we actually kick you off this. That's the one thing I'm afraid of. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. But I got plenty of other 34 something to like, and people know the original. Like hopefully people will know the original. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love it.
I gotta be prepared, man. You know, they could take that shit real quick. Let me get you guys to ask, do one number.
Okay.
Yeah. So go for it. Give me a number.
20.
20. All right, Louise. What could you be better at?
Ooh, shit. A lot of things.
Good answer. I was just thinking like, fuck, I don't know what that one would be.
Can I change the question? Like, because I know I for a fact would be like better at so many things.
You probably haven't heard these questions, but if you want to do an option, you got to take one of the questions from like my previous guests. I don't know if you guys have gotten that far with the new episodes, but I've been asking like the previous guest to ask a question for the next guest, so it kind of like connects them in a way. But yeah, you want that option?
Does that mean I have to come up with a question for the next person? Does that mean somebody?
No. You don't have to. You don't have to. But I might ask you guys, but yeah, you don't have to. It's just if you want to drop this previous one.
I want to drop this previous one.
Okay, so this one is who do you think you are?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, I can answer that. I feel like right now, who do I think I am is happy. Like the other day, I was just like, I was coming up. But like I was trying to like figure out like where I'm at in life, like just like maybe a week ago, and I was trying to figure out like, all right, like do I have a reason not to be happy? And I kept thinking like, no, like at the moment I do not have a reason not to be happy. Like there is nothing in my life that is causing me like any kind of negativity. Like yeah, maybe like I probably got bills to pay. Everybody's got bills to pay. Like that's not a thing. Like I'm pursuing something. A lot of people don't have anything to pursue. I was genuinely happy. Like I had that moment where I was just all right, cool. Like I'm good. And I think that's who I am right now. Like obviously, like yeah, I got my stuff going on. Like the book I've spoken on previously, but I still like. I feel like I'm living life with purpose. So right now, I'm happy. It's like a weird thing to be at, especially like in this like weird ass time. But like right now, I think I'm in a happy place.
Oh man, thanks for opening up.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, you want to go with the same question, or you want to do something different?
Let's do something different.
Okay. Go ahead and choose a number.
Let's go 11.
11. What gets you excited about the future?
I mean, that's an easy one.
Hey, it's 11. It's 11, bro. Yeah. Oh, you want something harder? No.
I'll take that one. Teddy, Theodore, whatever you want to call him. Roosevelt. I like that one. Luis threw that one on me the other day. He said Roosevelt. I was like, ooh, I like that one. Roosevelt. Roosevelt. Yeah, that's what gets me excited about the future. Like, okay. just watching him grow and, you know, all those milestones that he's about to accomplish gets me up in the morning. Well, obviously his cries get me up in the morning, but all those other things get me up in the morning and get me excited for the future.
need you to dig a little bit deeper, man. Because Teddy's gonna be watching this someday, and you're talking about him right now about how he excites you for the future. So, why does Teddy excite you for the future?
I mean, there's just like so many different things. I'm just like, oh, what sports am I gonna sign him up for? Like, I'm gonna teach him to golf. I'm gonna teach him to play some baseball, some basketball, football. I'm gonna wait till high school. Play some hockey. And then reading to him. Is he gonna be a lawyer, doctor, whatever the hell he wants to be? It's like all these different things. Teach him as much as I can, and then what else is super exciting for me is having him be influenced by you guys as well, by his Uncle Jan, his Tio Luis. Like, Luis was just telling me today, like, how he's training his niece to play basketball and all that. So I'm like, damn, I can't wait for Teddy to do that, to have someone to want to share with them their passion, all these different things. That's just exciting to think about. Like, I just read about the #1 recruit in high school getting, selecting where they want to commit to play basketball at Gonzaga, by the way. But I can't, I could only dream of that happening to Teddy. And obviously that's a crazy, not a crazy thing to think about, but that's one of the things that's exciting to think about. Like, all right, that could happen. That could technically happen.
That could happen.
Exactly. If Luis is good enough at training Teddy in basketball, it's gonna happen, right? So
D1.
D1. If he wants to spit beats and make some dope music, I know who I'm going to help mentor Teddy for that. It's like seeing him just grow and develop and do all these things. It's exciting.
For sure, man. For sure. Thank you for opening up, and I'm sure Teddy's gonna enjoy hearing that back long time from now. But yeah,
at least 18 years. He's got to wait till he's 18 to hear this.
Oh, no doubt, man. We could definitely wait. It's gonna be my graduation gift to him.
There you go.
I'll be like, here, dude. Here's access to what your dad's message to you, right then and there. For sure. Well, guys, it's been a blast. But it's about that time. I gotta get ready for the next one. Hopefully, it all works out. But this was fun. Hope you guys had fun.
I always have fun with you guys.
I want to become I want to be that recurring guest that happens, at least every other month, every 3 months. Get us on the podcast. We'll do different groups of us. Lomaville, Rec Basketball League. Let's do
fantasy
football. Exactly. Just crossings at the Bay crew. We'll get
Crossings
Eric and Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Bo on here. Get Kyle on here. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Let's do it all, man.
All right.
Love it.
I mean, I'm always gonna be like, I'll always have slots open for y'all, and I'll reach out to you guys before I let everybody else know that it's available, and that way, if you want to come on the month, then you can come in on the month, and if not, that's all good too. But let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for that. How about you, Louise? Any last things to add?
No, man. I think I'm pretty set.
All right, for sure.
You know how much I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey,
I would like to be like the Richard Jefferson of your show, just like coming in and making like weird puns every now and then.
You gotta come with some crazy hot takes, man. With Richard Jefferson's like pretty dope with that. He knows what he's doing, man. He's hilarious with it.
Hot take. All right. Who's the MVP of the NBA season?
Ooh. Probably Embiid. Dude, the way he's playing, he's playing great.
If you're not saying Steph, then you're on
Oh,
crack.
come on. He has like 10 good games, and all of a sudden he's MVP.
10 good games? Are you like? No, he's
There's 72 games in the season.
not this year. Oh wait, is it 72 this year? I thought it was
72 this year.
It is.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's on a good
Steph.
run. I won't take that away from him, but MVP? Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, if Clay was there, they title contenders. Title contenders if Clay
They're
was
going to make the playoffs. They might be in the... Who knows?
there. Dude, just think, if Clay was there, crazy.
Yeah. Lights
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Splash Brothers one more time.
Like all defenses are like just collapsing on Steph right now. With Clay, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And you know,
Dude, you've seen it too.
nuts.
And then Wiggins is gonna do good because he's not built as the second option. He's built as a third option. It's gonna be
Yeah.
more comfortable. And then whoever's playing fourth is like, even more comfortable. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
Like
see.
Kelly Oubre Jr.
I don't think he's gonna stay because he wants starter money, and I don't think we're gonna give him starter money. We're trying to get him to understand, like, to take the Iggy role, but he's still young. He wants to do his own thing. And, yeah, at least Iggy came to us at the, almost end of his career, and he's still going. But he understood, like, he could be a star in 7 minutes a game, and like, he doesn't have to feel like he needs to play 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jan, who's your MVP?
I haven't watched enough basketball, but the homer pick is Curry. What can I say? I've seen like the past 3 games because everybody was talking about. Let me check what's going on, and goddamn, man, like
I won't take that away from him. Like he's
everyone
killing.
gets attracted. I see the gravity way more now than ever, and because he's the only one out there that can score for us. So it's just like, but you see it happen, and like he'll still make a pass and get the ball back, and then just take a quick shot, or like just go loosey with them, and then crossover, turn, step back shot, and he'll make them, and it's just like, bro.
He just makes them. That's like,
He's feeling himself right now. That's it. Like, he knows he's on fire right now.
Knock on wood,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, what are you saying?
I was just gonna say, like, how does he do it? Like,
I'm sure if we were in the same room and he made that shot, we're both going.
what
God.
the-
Grown men don't know what to do with themselves after they see him make a shot. It's just like. I think I saw someone say that's how it felt like watching Jordan. It's like he's making every shot. He's getting out of the, and like I never got to see Jordan in that way, but I'm sure Kobe probably the same way for you guys, right? Like it just seemed like whatever he did, he was gonna make it.
Dude, that elbow jumper, he could get it all the time, whenever he wanted.
Yeah, man.
Unstoppable.
One thing, you guys see Chris Paul pass from last night?
I
You
did
got-
not.
Find
No.
it, and if I find it on Instagram, I'll tag you guys. But dude, it was one of those where he put a shot and then passed it backwards. Guy behind him as he went up. And then like, dude, it was so clean. I was just like, Chris Paul, man. And he made the Suns a winning team. Not just
He
him,
did,
but he came over there, set that culture, and now they're thriving. It's like, yo, man.
dude. They
Yeah.
are.
Killing.
They've been loading up for a while though, and now with Chris Paul, they needed that veteran leader, and now he's come over, and dude, they're here.
He got
They're
he got
here.
on everybody's asses and was like, you guys need to work hard. That's what y'all need to do. And he got them to work hard. So yeah.
All right,
And,
hey Jan, I got a Richard Jefferson question for you. Hot
Okay.
take that Luis and I have had so many arguments over. Derek Fisher, Hall of Famer, yes or
That's a
no?
Richard Jefferson question.
Derek Fisher, Hall of Famer. No. I mean,
Thank you.
There's got to be folks out there who have 4 rings and not in the Hall of Fame either, right? If we're going by rings, and is it 4 or he got 5? I feel like he
Yeah,
got
he's got 4.
4. Yeah. So
Wait. Nah, he's got 5.
Because he was with the Lakers at the last
Lakers
season,
had
right?
five.
Every
Yes,
time.
five.
Yeah,
He came
he's
back,
at
yeah. Aside from that, like I know he was a solid point guard, not overly great. And
What
so-
about that .3 on the Spurs?
Point four. You're giving him a
That-
tenth of a second there.
but like, I mean, do we go to Hall of Fame for like crazy plays like that? Like, if he was the king of doing that, then maybe. But he did it
He
one
sort
time.
of was like he was the king of making shots at the end of the games. Like look at against Orlando, he had those 2 key threes to get them to win a game when they were supposed to lose. Derek Fisher's a Hall of Famer for me.
Who's going in first, Rondo or Fisher?
Oh fuck, probably
Rondo.
Rondo.
Okay. I mean, for you personally, since you think Fisher's gonna get in, I wanted to know.
I think
who would you
he's gonna
put
be a
first?
late add. He's gonna be a late add to the Hall of Famers.
That's the thing
But
with the NBA Hall of Fame is that like it's always like recent folks that get in, and the NFL got this whole thing where like you could be an old ass player that they just want to throw in there and you could get in, but like the NBA is kind of like it has to be recent. They don't have that system yet where they can, from somebody in the past make it afterwards.
That's true. Oh damn.
Well,
So the question that comes after it then, if you say Derek Fisher, Luis, then Robert Horry is a for sure shoe-in, right?
I think yes.
yeah, I think Corey should be in there.
Yeah.
Is he not?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I understand why. He lost one of his rings, and then he found it again. But there's a
I've heard
period
that.
just because he had so many. Well,
He's got what, 7?
Seven.
man. Yeah, one more than Jordan.
See, if Fisher had as many big shots as Big Shot Rob, then I would be more inclined to say, okay, I could see it. But Fisher has what, 0.4? That's about it. But Big Shot Rob has like that game against the Kings, the Blazers, the Spurs, and all of them, where it's like, all right, he's been consistent enough to hit big. That's why he's got the nickname Big Shot Rob.
Yeah.
To-
If you have a nickname, I'm pretty sure you're going in the Hall of Fame.
We'll see, man. Yeah. But Robert Horry, I gotta see his stats again. If his stats are like ridiculously low though, like he only averaged like 4 rebounds and 6 points, and like I don't know if I could put him in there. No matter how many shots he took, but yeah, I'll have to look. I'll have to check because I want to see him at least have 10 points, 8 rebounds. Have us respectable. But like if he gonna give me 6 points, 3
It's
rebounds.
like 4
I
and
don't know.
2.
Yeah. But for sure. Any last things?
Can't wait for like a month or two when we do this again.
Yeah.
Oh man. Same.
Recurring guests, Luis and Jack,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
on the cast.
You guys want any handles, or are you guys going by your first names?
No,
I-
Think about it.
first name basis.
That's a cool podcast name right there. First name basis. But
Oh.
yeah. Just do a side thing. I mean, we could do our own thing and then keep it separate from 34 questions. But we'll see, man. Oh, wanted to mention. I don't know if you guys watching Amazon Prime and stuff, but have you guys seen Invincible?
No.
the Mark Wahlberg movie.
Nah, hilarious. You're the second person who was like, the Mark Wahlberg movie? Nah, it's a cartoon. If you've seen The Boys, it's like the cartoon of The Boys, but it's like a different storyline. I never known you, Jack, to be much of a comic book fan or like extra comic book fan. But for Louise, I think it's something you should definitely check out. Just watch the first episode, watch after the credits, and then make your decision of whether or not you want to watch the rest of it. But yeah, just want to leave y'all with that.
Little bussing at the end.
Yeah, all the way. Oh, Jack, what's the first album you're gonna play for Teddy, or have you already done it?
The first song we played for Teddy was Beatles, All You Need Is Love. So he's been, every time we go in the car, anytime we're going places, it's Beatles soundtrack. So reasoning is, I was listening to an interview Paul McCartney have, and why the Beatles have been so influential for so many years, and it's just because their songs, their music is positive. It is always positive. There's songs about love, songs about being happy, and upbeat. Even their minor key songs are about being happy. So his first song he heard was All You Need Is Love, I Will, any Beatles song you can think of he's listened to.
Nice.
Yep.
For sure. That was my last question for you fellas. So I guess I'll figure out a way to finish this podcast in my signature move, which I still don't know what I'm gonna do.